Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about me doing my skincare and also discussing my labor and delivery story, so stay tuned. So first and foremost, I've already cleansed my face. I took a shower, and the first product that I use whenever I come out of the shower is this Cos RX. It's the Propolis Synergy Toner. And I feel like this toner is really good, like press it into your skin and it's golden. Alright, so birth story. April 16th. It's 3:30 in the morning. Maybe like 3:20. And I wake up like 2 times because I was like, oh, my belly is hurting. I thought it was just Braxton Hicks, and I go up to go use the restroom, then I come back to sleep. Then I wake up again and like I'm literally dreaming that I'm having contractions. So I wake up, I was like, this is like weird. Like it was just contractions at the bottom of my belly. It honestly felt like period cramps, so I just wasn't sure what was going on. And this product I'm using is just the Cos RX. It's the Essence. I'm just gonna follow up with that. So I get up the second time and I go to the restroom because I thought I needed to pee again, which I did need to pee. But this time I was like, let me time these contractions. And I was like, okay, these are getting kind of intense. I think they're coming pretty back to back. Let me time it for about 1 hour just to see if I need to go to the hospital or not. So at this point, I leave the toilet. And I know some people labor on the toilet, but I don't want to do that. So I'm using the Peach and Lily. It's the Glass Skin Refining Serum. So I leave the restroom, go downstairs, and I'm just walking around our downstairs. And that's also where the yoga ball was, or exercise ball, whatever you want to call it. That's where it was, and that's another reason why I went downstairs, because it's 3:30 in the morning. And I go downstairs, and honestly, those contractions started coming so bad, like so bad. It got to the point where like whenever I would get a contraction, I would literally have to stop walking because I'm like pacing around our living room trying to like breathe in and breathe out, do all these breathing exercises. I'm applying pressure to my back, and it got to a point where the contractions where I could not walk. Whenever the contraction came, I just could not walk. I had to stop and I just had to breathe through the contractions, and I timed it for an hour exactly. Went upstairs, called my doctor's office, and was like, this is what my app is telling me. I'm using La Roche-Posay. It's the Double Repair Face Moisturizer. And they told me to come into the hospital. And the way my doctor's office is, the clinic building is right next to the hospital. So, and the doctor's office has about 4 different OBGYNs. So even if my doctor is not working, one of the OBGYNs in the office is working, which is really nice. I love this moisturizer. And I always rub the excess on my hands. So one of them is always working. And that Tuesday, my doctor does not work on Tuesday. And we had discussed this before. Try not to have the baby on Tuesday. Just kidding, she didn't say that. But she told me she doesn't work on Tuesdays. So, and it was Tuesday. And I was like, of course it's Tuesday. Of course baby wants to come when my doctor's not working again. But I was like, you know what? I trust the other doctors. I'm okay. And the last product I'm going to be using is this sunscreen by Everyday Humans. I usually use the sunscreen serum, but that ran out. So I go into the hospital, and I probably should have known better, but I thought nobody could come in besides you and your partner and like a doula or something. But apparently kids can come. Again, at this point, we leave for the hospital and we arrive around like 5, almost 6 o'clock in the morning. And my kids' daycare does not open until 7 a.m. So that's why I was nervous about, me being in labor so early in the morning. And typically I labor for like 12 hours. Like all of my other pregnancies, I labored for about 12 hours. So I was very surprised. They were about to wheel me to the back, and then I was like, "Can my kids come?" And they were like, "Yeah, they can come." I was like, "Praise the Lord." So I called my husband. I was like, "Babe, don't leave. Like they said that y'all can come in to the hospital as well." So he parks the car, brings the girls. Thankfully, he already got them dressed. It's just that we didn't get their bags ready. I didn't do their lunch. It was a little chaotic that morning. Met me upstairs. By the time he got upstairs and they checked me, no, they checked me, and they said I was 7 centimeters. I came into the hospital already 4 centimeters, just about. For the past 2 weeks, I was already 4 centimeters. So I came to the hospital, I was 7 centimeters, and I was like, "Give me the epidural." All my two previous deliveries, I was like, "Oh, I don't want an epidural. I'm gonna go natural. Like, I'm good." This one, as soon as they checked me and said I was 7 centimeters, I said, "Have my epidural ready." Okay? Because I was like so emotional. Like, for some reason, I was like crying at every contraction that came. I started crying. I was like, "Girl, this is your third pregnancy. Like, why are you crying?" But honestly, every pregnancy is different. Like, you literally don't really know what to expect. You kind of have an idea, but like every pregnancy, every delivery is different. Like, I really understand that now after having the third baby. They took me up to the labor room after they confirmed that I am in active labor. And by the time I got up there, I think the nurse was calling for the anesthesiologist to bring my epidural. And there was another mom who was there, but she was there for an induction. It was her fifth baby. So they were like, "Prioritize me." I was like, "Prioritize me, baby." So the anesthesiologist came, and by the time Franklin and my girls came upstairs, and when the anesthesiologist came, they said the little girls cannot be there, and it was already like past 6 o'clock. Like, maybe like 6:20 or so, or 6:10, something like that. And I was like, "Okay, babe, like, go home, get their lunch, let them eat breakfast, and then try and drop them off as soon as 7 o'clock hits. As soon as their school opens, drop them off." So that's what he did. So he didn't get to see the whole anesthesia or anesthesiologist doing the epidural process, which is fine because he does not like seeing that, and he's already seen it before, and he's not a fan of it. Honestly, I was not a fan of it this time. It was taking so long, it felt like, and I was like, "Let us finish this process so I can be a different person and be myself again." Because when I say those pains were something different, something different. Like, I don't think no, every other pregnancy's been like that. But it was just so back to back. Like, I felt like I was about to give birth like in 2 seconds. I kept asking the nurse, like, "Are you sure? Like, he's not like right there?" And they were like, "No, like he's not there." Anywho, then I think they checked me. So the doctor came in. So this is Doctor, I'm not gonna say her name, but she delivered my previous baby as well. And I was super comfortable with her. So I was like, "Praise the Lord, it's her," because she's already delivered me before. And she was like, "Well, it looks like you're ready to go." I was 10 centimeters. My water had not broke at that point, but I was like 10 centimeters. And baby was like ready to make its way, but Franklin was not back from dropping the girls off. So essentially, we just had to wait for Franklin to come. As soon as Franklin came, he came like around 8 or so. And I think at that point, when he came back, that was when we called my parents and was like, "I'm in labor and I'm about to give birth." And by 8:30, no, 8:20, baby was here. I pushed in like 10 minutes. That was the quickest birth I've ever had. First birth was with Ivana. I think I pushed, she came in 30 minutes. Isabella came in 20, and then he came in 10. So I shaved off 10 minutes every pregnancy. So yeah, so he came really quick. My nurses were amazing. I was able to advocate for myself even while I was in labor. Thankfully, Franklin was there advocating for me. The nurses was like, "Whatever you want, you know, it can go however you want it to go." So I was very thankful for that. And ironically enough, my mom was already planning on coming to Dallas ahead of my delivery, but funny, she just came. Her flight was the same day of my delivery. So it just, everything just worked out the way it needed to work out. God is amazing. Like, He helped me deliver this baby, because baby boy was 8 pounds, 14 ounces. So he was a big baby, and I pushed him out, came out, cut the umbilical cord, did our golden hour, and by the next day in the evening, checked out.